In 2026, the world is more connected than ever before, but with that connection comes a question that is becoming impossible to ignore: is privacy officially dead? Artificial intelligence has evolved from a helpful digital assistant into a powerful surveillance engine capable of tracking, analyzing, and predicting human behavior at a scale that was once considered science fiction. Governments around the world are rapidly adopting AI-driven technologies in the name of national security, crime prevention, and public safety, yet many citizens are beginning to wonder whether the cost of that safety is their personal freedom. AI-powered facial recognition systems are now embedded in airports, train stations, shopping centers, and even public streets. High-resolution cameras connected to real-time machine learning algorithms can identify individuals within seconds, matching faces against massive databases built from driver licenses, passports, and social media images. Supporters argue that this technology helps law enforcement catch criminals faster, locate missing persons, and prevent terrorist attacks. Critics argue that constant identification without consent turns everyday life into a monitored experience where anonymity no longer exists. Beyond facial recognition, AI surveillance extends into digital spaces. Social media platforms, messaging apps, and online forums generate enormous amounts of data every second. Advanced algorithms scan post comments and even private communication patterns, searching for potential threats, misinformation, or suspicious activity. Governments often collaborate with technology companies to gain access to this data, sometimes legally through court orders and sometimes through broader national security laws. The line between protecting citizens and monitoring them grows thinner each year. Smart cities are another major piece of this transformation. Urban areas are installing interconnected sensors, traffic cameras, license plate readers, and environmental monitors, all feeding information into centralized AI systems. These systems can analyze movement patterns, predict crowd behavior, and flag unusual activity in real time. While this can improve traffic flow, reduce emergency response times, and enhance city planning, it also creates a digital map of citizens' daily lives, tracking where they go, how long they stay, and who they meet. The justification for AI surveillance is usually rooted in safety. Governments argue that modern threats are more complex than ever. Cybercrime, organized crime, and terrorism operate across borders and digital platforms, making traditional policing methods less effective. AI offers predictive policing tools that analyze historical crime data to forecast where incidents are more likely to occur, allowing law enforcement to allocate resources more efficiently. However, critics warn that predictive systems can reinforce bias if historical data reflects past discrimination, leading to disproportionate targeting of certain communities. Another growing concern is biometric data collection. Fingerprints, iris scans, voice recognition, and even gait analysis are being integrated into national identification systems. Digital ID programs promise convenience and security, allowing citizens to access services, vote, pay taxes, and verify identity online. Yet when biometric databases are centralized, they become extremely sensitive assets. A data breach or misuse could expose millions of people to identity theft or permanent loss of privacy because, unlike passwords, biometric traits cannot be changed. Artificial intelligence also enables mass data analysis on a scale humans alone could never manage. Machine learning systems can process billions of data points, detecting patterns that reveal social connections, purchasing behavior, political preferences, and even emotional states by combining financial transactions, location data, browsing history, and communication records. AI can build detailed behavioral profiles of individuals, often without their direct awareness. This level of insight gives authorities unprecedented power to anticipate actions before they happen, raising ethical questions about free will and presumption of innocence. The debate intensifies when national security is invoked. Governments facing geopolitical tension argue that surveillance capabilities are essential to prevent espionage, sabotage, and foreign interference. In some countries, AI-powered monitoring of online speech is used to identify content considered harmful or destabilizing. While officials claim this protects social stability, critics argue it suppresses dissent and limits freedom of expression. The balance between collective security and individual rights becomes increasingly fragile. Private technology companies play a central role in this ecosystem. Many AI tools used for surveillance were developed by private firms specializing in data analytics, cloud computing, and machine learning. Governments contract these companies to build and maintain large-scale monitoring infrastructure. This partnership blurs accountability because citizens may not know whether their data is being processed by public agencies or private corporations. Transparency reports exist, but often lack detail about the full extent of surveillance capabilities. Internationally, AI surveillance standards vary widely. Some democratic nations implement oversight mechanisms requiring warrants, audits, and transparency reviews. Authoritarian regimes may deploy similar technology with fewer restrictions, using it to monitor political opponents, journalists, and activists. Global competition in artificial intelligence development fuels a race to build more advanced systems, and no government wants to fall behind in technological capability. For ordinary people, the impact of AI surveillance may feel subtle, but constant smartphones track location, apps request camera and microphone, access smart home devices, listen for voice commands, and wearable technology records health metrics. All of this data can potentially feed into broader analytics ecosystems, even if governments do not directly access every data stream. Partnerships and data sharing agreements expand the reach of surveillance networks. Cybersecurity risks further complicate the picture. As surveillance systems grow more interconnected, they become attractive targets for hackers. A breach in a national biometric database or citywide camera system could have severe consequences, exposing sensitive information or enabling malicious manipulation. Protecting massive AI-driven infrastructure requires continuous investment and vigilance, yet no system is completely immune to attack. Public opinion remains divided. Some citizens prioritize safety and accept surveillance as a necessary adaptation to modern threats. Others see the steady expansion of monitoring as a gradual erosion of civil liberties. Surveys show growing awareness about data privacy, but also a sense of resignation as digital services become unavoidable. Opting out of technology often means limiting access to essential services and economic opportunities. The future trajectory of AI government surveillance will likely depend on legislation, judicial oversight, technological safeguards, and civic engagement. Policymakers are debating stronger data protection laws, limits on facial recognition use, and requirements for algorithmic transparency. Civil rights organizations push for clearer boundaries, ensuring surveillance tools are targeted, proportionate, and subject to independent review. Meanwhile, innovation continues at a rapid pace with new AI models capable of analyzing video, audio, and text simultaneously, increasing the depth of insight available to authorities. Is privacy officially dead in 2026? The answer may not be absolute. Privacy has not disappeared, but it has transformed into something more fragile and conditional. Individuals must navigate a world where digital footprints are permanent and monitoring capabilities are deeply embedded in infrastructure. The challenge for societies is defining acceptable limits, ensuring accountability, and maintaining democratic principles while leveraging technology for safety and efficiency. As artificial intelligence becomes more powerful, the central question is not whether surveillance will exist, but how it will be governed. Will transparent laws and ethical standards keep pace with innovation, or will convenience and security gradually overshadow personal freedom? The decisions made today will shape the boundaries of privacy for generations to come. And in this rapidly evolving digital age, the conversation is far from over.